Every paint brand you admire, Dulux, Berger, Fine Coat, Payton, all of them speak one language, the color code. These codes are not just numbers, they are the DNA of a brand identity. And today I will show you how paint color codes work globally. And most importantly, how you can design your own color code system so your paint brand looks professional, trusted, and ready for sales or export. A paint color code is a unique number that identifies a specific shade. It ensures that whether you are in Lagos, London, or Nairobi, Ghana, Cameroon, Kenya, USA, Canada, you can produce the same exact color every single time. For example, here in Nigeria, cream color code is 3040. Isn't just a name, it is a formula. That number tells their factory which, or rather customers, which color satin to use or paste, in what ratio and what base paint it goes into. Every serious paint company in the world uses color code because color code is consistency and consistency is brand power. If big paints can be recognized by a number, your brand can too. And this is what I'm going to be showing you, or rather teaching you today, how to create your own color code specifically for your paint brand. And I must say this, which I usually tell my students, all paint company has different color code. Yes, they might be using the normal cream color, the 3040, but at the end of the day, when you deliver your own cream paint, it looks different from the 3040 cream paint that was actually painted on the wall or delivered to the site. That is the reason why you should stick to your own color code, have your own color chart, and also enlighten your customers or clients that your own color might differ to that particular color which you were asked to produce. But if you are a paint manufacturer, I'm talking about professional paint manufacturer, there is no color that you see that you cannot produce because you have produced thousands of colors. Those are expert color producer or color mixer know what I'm talking about. But to be on the safe side and for you to be able to produce color accurately without making mistake, that is the reason why you should follow a stable color chart and have your own color code. Let's look at the four most common global systems so you understand how the world organize color. Number one is Dulux. Yes, my favorite paint company. So Dulux uses four digital code, could be 1021 with added numbers or alphabet. Each number represents the color family, the brightness, or the tone. For example, R30 dash dash, which could be cream and beige. Remember, cream and beige are under the same color family and they also have the same color tones and brightness. You understand? So that is why most color, even off-white, they could be under this family when categorizing them or picking a color code for your brand. We have 50XX could be added with other numbers, and this could be for red and every other color close to the red on the tone family. Now, some brand uses like 60 with additional color number for blue color. So now when you look at those color produced under the blue color family tones with the brightness, they now can be merged together to form a unique color code. Some charts even combine NCS notion like Y3, 10R, and this simply means showing the hue or tune precisely. And this tune simply means the family, the hue simply means how to classify the shade, the tintiness, the calmness, the brightness, and how the color are looking together. So these are the ways you choose your color code. Remember, you could use the tone of the color, the combine each colors together to get the color code, or simply you can just give it your own unique color number, which of course you're going to be learning as the class proceeds. Number two, RAL for the German country. So now, RAL simply means, or rather, is the global standard for industrial, automotive, and export paint. For instance, you can see RAL 1001 for Berger color paint, ROL 3020 for traffic red paint, or RAL 9010 for pure white. In Nigeria, the color code for brilliant white is 9999. So you see, it varies from countries to countries, from companies to companies. Each company has their own unique color code as far as you can produce that color under the same color family. So every RAL code means a guaranteed match everywhere in the world. That's why manufacturers exporting paint love the RAL system. And if you are an exporter, you know what I'm talking about. You should be able to produce one unique color worldwide. So if they see your paint in Ghana, if your paint is in Nigeria, if your paint is in the US, if your paint is in the UK, if your paint is in India, if your paint is in Kenya, if your paint is in Canada, Australia, if your paint is in Italy, if your paint is in Turkey, if your paint is in Cameroon, Nairobi, Tanzania, wherever your paint is being sold, it has its unique one matches color across the world. That is what your RAL simply means. So the third is NCS. NCS simply means natural color system. You can see this in Sweden. So now the NCS focus on how the human eyes perceives color, which are your hue, your the blackness, and the chrome. Now examples are NCS 1050 dash Y20R equals to yellow with 20% red tint. So now the code already is telling you that this yellow color has a little bit of 20% tint. It is the most scientific used in architectural and digital color control. And of course, the fourth is patron in the USA. So mostly this is used in design, printing, and packaging. Example of patron color, you can see it 185C, yes, which is a bright red. Patron color 7506C, which is a cream tone. Perfect for paint brands, building, digital identification, or social media visual. You understand? So when you speak the color language, your local paint can sell worldwide. Like I said earlier on, in Nigeria, most paint brand use four digital simplified code, often inspired by Dulux and RAL. For example, you can see cream 3040, lemon yellow 4025, and the sea green 7010. This color make store communication simple and organized. You understand? That is to say, this code makes store communication simple and organized. Even when painter base or formula differ from brand to brand, they can be able to get different colors because they belong to the same color family, and pour the paint together to get one unique color family and then use it to paint the building. It saves a lot of color mixing issues. It saves a lot of painters from struggling on how to get matching colors. That was why years ago you see builders, paint contractors, they just ask you for 30, 40, 999, 60, 80, 2014. They just go with the flow of the color code because they know that once they tell you that color code, you should be able to produce that specific color. You can build your own system too and make your brand stand out on every bucket. So now, how to create your own color code system in a more simple and professional way. So here is the Glina artistic model for building your own color code system. First of all, step one, identify the color family. Simple as ABC. Group your shades into major family: white, cream, gray, brown, yellow, red, blue, green, purple, black. Special colors. Step two, assign the family range. Very simple. So how do you assign the family range? White and neutral color could be 1000 to 1999, while your gray family color could be 2000 to 2999, and your cream could be 3000 to 3999, and your yellow could be 4000 to 4999. Your red can be 5000 to 5999, and your blue can be 6000 to 6999, and your green can be 7000 to 7999. Your purple and violet could be 8000 to 8999. And of course, your black, gold, your silver, which are your special color, could be 900 to 9999, depending. I'm just giving you instance on how you can create your own color code. Remember, like I said, for some of us that are based in Nigeria and other African countries, the color code are the same. White is 9999. So when you know that white is 999, you can twist it around and get your own color code for your brand. Step 3, build your internal formula sheet. For every color, record the color name, code 3040, the paste ratio, oxide, pigment, the formula you use in producing that color. Then the paint base could be your emulsion paint, satin paint, slick paint. The reason is because, the way we mix color in emulsion paint is different from satin paint and slick paint and matte paint. Those of us that are already professional paint manufacturers, you know that when you want to mix purple color in your satin paint, you know how stressful it could be. The reason is because satin paint doesn't use fillers like calcium carbonate, you understand? So that is why you need to record the procedure, you understand? This becomes your company color dictionary and saves you time wasted, confusion in reproducing that particular color. So you could just get an exercise book, a big one, because you're going to be taking down lots of colors, production, process. You understand? So now step 4, which is the link to a digital chart. This step is very, very important. The reason is because you have to take a photo of your shade. Use a color picker to find the H and the RGB value and build your digital color chart or website references. And this is very easy. After mixing your color, you could just take a picture with your phone, you understand, and you'll be able to get the RGB value and all of that. You understand? For those of us that are professional color mixer, you know what I'm talking about. Some of us that we're just starting, don't worry. If you're my student, of course, I'll teach you how to achieve this in a more easy, simple way. You understand? And the 5th step is train and standardize. Train and standardize. So you have to teach your staff. But be careful when teaching your staff because you have to protect your brand trade secret. You understand? And mixing color is very, 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 very challenging. A lot of professionals, they still find it difficult in mixing colors. I know so many of them. You understand? So to become a color expert, you have to follow this step. In that way, you find yourself like producing your own unique color. See, mistakes are miracle. Yeah. So whenever you see yourself making mistake in your color mixing, jot down that process. That could be your own unique color that God just gifted you. You understand? So like I said, teach your staff, your marketers, and dealers to identify paint by code. Very easy. Most paint sellers that have been selling paint for close to 20-25 years, they will know how to identify this color by the code. They don't know which one is brilliant white, Pacific blue. Till date, they tell you 60-70, 30-40. 1815 and that's wonderful, you understand? But things are changing. Everybody now, they just give you this color and tell you this is what I want to produce, but you still have to teach your staffs, your marketer, how to identify by colors. Even if it's your own unique color, you teach them how to be able to recognize your color so you can be able to produce that color rightfully. You understand? So not or rather, let's say cream 30/40, not the light cream 30/40. You see the difference, you understand? Because there is a light cream and there is a dark cream. So how do you go about it? That is why you see today people talk about 40 shades of cream, 4 shades of cream, 50 shades of blue, 6 shades of blue. In that way, you'll be able to produce those shades because you have the lighter side, which is tinted, and the darker side, which is the shade or the tone. You understand? Now, let's make it practical. Create your own color code chart. One, select 20 to 30 shades across families. Of course, you can Google and get that. Two, assign each a 4 digital code, your own code. Three, record the paste formula or satina and the base type. You know that the base type simply means if it's emulsion paint, sleek paint, satin paint, matte paint. You understand? Why the paste formula is the process you use to mix that color. And then the fourth, print your first mini color fan deck or wall chart. You could write it on the wall. You understand? And of course, the fifth is label your paint bucket using your new color code system. You understand? So that is how you transform from a mixer into a brand builder by creating your own unique color code chart and of course your color code to be able to number your buckets. So let's quickly recap what we just learned. Remember, Dulux Paint, the RAL, the NCS, and the Payton are the world toughest system. Now, in Nigeria and other African countries, they use 4 digital simplified version. And of course, your brand can by building a structured color system using this Glina artistic mold. Color codes bring clarity, consistency, and credibility. They make your brand easy to scale, sell, export, and be protected. Because every color you mix is more than paint, it is your signature. Now you've learned how to create your own color code, which simply means your next step is clear. You understand? So you can join the Glina Paint Manufacturers Mentorship, where I'll help you standardize your formula, create your own color book, and prepare your brand for export for those of you that want to export your paint outside your own country. Don't just produce paint, build a system. That's what separates brands that fade from brands that last. Do you get? That's what is going to separate you from brands that fade off and brand that last, which means you are going to last over the years producing your paint brand. And thank you once again for joining in today. I appreciate you. And remember to tell me below the comment section what country, what city are you watching from? Because I like to connect with my viewers. And remember, your comment is my love language because I reply to all comments and I want to also get to know you. Bye for now.